Tally ho.
Booyaka.
Tally. Oh, Booyaka. Okay, I thought you was done with
Booyaka.
WWE. Okay. Booyaka, Booyaka. Early in the morning, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Red River Rundown back for another episode. We have Cam, Isaiah, and me back breaking down the Freedom 250, all the shit that me and Isaiah got wrong, all the shit that Cameron got right. Cam, we gonna give you the mic first because first off, you could have made somebody some money, but you just left it there. So
Shit, I know that's right. I'm just saying, I'm hot. I'm hot right now, like a fajita. If you want to make some money, come holler at your boy, because it doesn't just stop at UFC. I've been calling a lot of shit right here lately. That I need to go to Vegas. Speaking of, fuck everybody else.
go to Vegas, yeah.
Shit.
Remember you picked
I
Dustin
need to
over
cash in on
Max,
some of this
and,
heat.
and Dustin was on his ass in the first 13 seconds.
Yeah. No, honestly, I just had a feeling. I just had a feeling in the two big fights. I had a feeling the jump from light heavy to heavy is a lot bigger than other classes, like jumping from other classes, if that makes sense. Like the power difference. Plus, I feel like when I've watched Cyril Gahn, I feel like he's performed well. I mean, he got choked. He got choked by John Jones, but it's fucking John Jones. I mean, but when he fought Aspinall, I mean, he was kicking Aspinall's ass in the first round before he decided to gouge his fucking eye out. So
The four
yeah.
Stooges.
Speaking of eye gouges, Randy Orton's a goat eye gouger. Anyways, but I just felt like I don't know, man. Poetan, he walks people down, but he's not like fast and violent. Like the difference between his walk down and Ilya Toporia's walk down, like when Topuria walks you down, he throws fast, he throws hard. So with Pereira trying to walk down heavyweights like Gone, I don't feel like he's got a good chin either. Like it's not hard to catch him, if that makes sense. Like I've seen him in multiple fights get caught. It's just sometimes he survives it and then he hits you with some shit. He's got bricks in his gloves. So
Facts.
and then with the Gaethje fight, I just felt like Toporia's had so much going on outside of the octagon. I didn't think he was ready for somebody like Gaethje. Plus, I don't know what the hell his game plan was, but walking down and eating jabs the entire fucking fight and not expecting your face to break everywhere against a guy like Gaethje is insane.
Just walking straight. I was like, bro, what the
Move
fuck
your
is
head or
wrong with you?
something.
He
Move.
just can't, and he's shorter. It's like, bro, get out of the way. Get your
Well,
head off the
it's
center line.
it's fine being shorter, but get inside, bro. Like you're standing at range with him, trying to trade with him, and yeah, we'll get into it.
And then,
Let's go
real
ahead.
quick, one more thing. Like, I was nervous when he switched it up and started ripping the body. I was like, ooh, because those hurt me just sitting on the couch. Like, I'm like, God, you could hear him through the TV, bro. I'm like, damn,
And
he's digging in the body. So I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna start, ripping body blows. But then I just don't feel like that was the focus of the next round. And then he got caught, and then he couldn't see. I mean, his face was.
It still is.
Bro,
I'm
golly.
sure. That's why his face hasn't been on Instagram as of late. This is probably the longest we've been without seeing Ilya's face, but
Bro.
it's rough. Let's just go ahead and dive in and talk about what's next for all the fighters on the card. First fight up, we had Diego Lopez knocking out Steve Garcia. What's next for Diego Lopez? Featherweight division is kind of stale. Volk is still there. I don't think you run back a third Volk fight. Honestly, I think Diego Lopez needs one more. I think he needs to fight somebody else at featherweight, and then if he can get another dub, then he can beat whoever Volk fights. But rushing him into another Volk fight changes nothing.
You know what's crazy is I feel like them two are just kind of holding that division hostage. Like nobody can beat Diego Lopez, and because nobody can beat Diego Lopez, nobody else is getting a shot at Volk. But Volk can't, or Diego can't beat Volk.
It's Max and Volk all over again.
Yes,
because Max was beating the hell out of everybody else except for Volk, and then like luckily Max went and fought Justin for the BMF title. Ilya got the title shot, knocked out Volk, and the rest is history.
You know what's crazy is I feel like Diego has the frame to move up. Like I feel like he's
That's
tall
what I was
for
gonna
that
say.
division,
He's taller.
and yeah,
He's got speed, and he's working on his wrestling, and he has a legitimate chance to move up and at least compete. Uh, I just don't, like Marlon said, like legitimate. I don't know. Like y'all said, what else can he do? I think the move up is the easiest thing to do right now because they got to make Volk fight somebody else, and then he's the number one contender, and that number one contender is probably gonna be Diego. If Volk wins, he's gonna fight him again. But I'd rather see Diego go up against the number one contender, and then if Diego wins, after Volk has one other title defense, maybe in like a year and a half, see where Volk's head is at, see if he wants to keep fighting, and then just do like a title fight if he vacates it.
I
That division is just weird
I
right now.
do honestly just looking at the rankings. I would do Yair Rodriguez versus Diego Lopez, and then I would give either Masvar or Lerone Murphy a title shot. I could also see him fighting Aljo.
yeah.
Aljo
That's what I
sitting
was
there
about to
ranked
say. I'd
number
like to see
four.
an Aljo fight
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
if
there
Aljo wins, I'd like to see him go against Volk.
exactly. I think there's a couple of guys that could, but I think that's next for Diego Lopez. Steve Garcia, I mean, you just got knocked out on probably the biggest card ever, so you need to start stringing some fights together. So, fight
He
night,
did
fight nights.
look decent
Yeah,
until they got into the crazy exchanges, which there's just a different gear that Diego Lopez hit from him, and I think he has that experience from fighting Volk so many times and also beating the shit out of Brian Ortega the way that he did. So he kind of he's like, oh, I've been in the fire. Like, I'm going to come out of this before you do. And he was just more crazy with his swing. So for Garcia, yeah, just get him some fight night
give him some
dubs.
fight night, baby. Do the Sean
That's it.
Strickland path, bro. Just fight on fight night for 2 years straight, and then come back and then
Yeah.
get you another shot. All right,
Why
Bo
not?
Nickel. Oh, go ahead. Go
Well, hold
ahead.
on. What's going on with Evloev or whatever the hell his name is, the number one rank,
I
25 win
don't
streak?
know if they've. Yeah, I don't know if they've booked him and Volk. They've been very quiet on a lot of these matches. Honestly, everything after Connor and Max is like it's just up in the air. They still haven't even announced like Piotr Jan when he's gonna fight Marab again, if he's gonna fight Marab again or whatever. So end of the year is still up in the air. I'm sure we'll hear a Dana announcement probably August, maybe second, third week of July, and then we'll start to see some of these fall cards get announced. So I that's what I expect, anyways, because Volk hasn't been doing nothing.
No,
He
he's
been
been chilling.
chilling.
He's been
Yeah,
making
Sitting
cooking
at the
videos,
house.
baby.
cooking. Yeah,
I be
yeah.
following his shit.
Man, he be cooking, bro. Volk be out there in the streets, bro. He be flipping and whipping. So
We're
shouts
gonna
out.
do a barbecue.
Hey, I hope might. Yeah, no, he's solid. But what's next for Bo Nickel?
Bo
Give him
Nickel.
a title fight. I don't care.
I don't
He's
think
too
he needs a
American.
title fight.
He,
I think he does though need. I think Bo needs a move up. He needs to fight somebody like the Ritter again. Because the last time he fought somebody of that caliber, he got embarrassed. I think this time it's his time to show if he actually belongs there or not. Because there's quite a few guys up there. Like I don't want to see him against Carlos Prates, right? I think Carlos may smash him. Michael Morales, maybe the same thing. Maybe you give
What
him a
about
Jack Della Maddalena,
or Joe Pfeiffer?
yeah, or Joe
yeah, I was gonna say
Pfeiffer,
Joe
I
Pyfer.
mean, Joe
or
Pfeiffer's four.
or you
You,
give him someone like a Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad, a Joaquin Buckley, somebody like that. Gilbert Burns. Well, Gilbert's done. Jeff Neal. Give him somebody like that that is a either former champ or a former title contender, and let's see what he can do. Because at this point, I think he's floating along that. We want you to be a star, but you have to beat a certain tier guy to be that superstar, and he still hasn't just yet.
See, make him fight Gregory Rodriguez. That dude has been knocking motherfuckers out. So, and he's a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu black belt. I like that idea. The best, if he beats Gregory Rodriguez, give him I don't know. Give him Drinkus if he
Who
beats
do
him.
you like?
He's
Just out of
he's
curiosity, because what do y'all think about like where do y'all think Robert Whitaker is in his career? Like, do y'all think he's like an elevator? Like, feed this guy that's just entered the rankings, Robert Whitaker, and let him elevate?
yes.
Or do you think he's
Mm.
more like a stabilizer, like somebody that's highly ranked that maybe lost or lost twice?
I
Feed
think
him.
I think he's a stabilizer. I think he's the
That's what
guy.
I
And I
think.
was looking at the wrong freaking weight class, which is crazy.
I didn't say nothing. I was
Give him
like,
Izzy,
I
bro.
know,
Give Bo Izzy.
no,
Yes. Why
no,
not?
I think Bo
no,
Nickel
Why
would walk the cage with Izzy.
because
Yeah,
Just because Izzy don't wrestle,
it's
man.
it's an elevator. Either Izzy or Robert Whitaker. That's
Yeah.
who I would
what
give
about
him next.
what about Gregory Rodriguez?
For
Like I
what?
said,
They're both rising. Why not use the older guys to
Gregory
build
Rodriguez
superstars?
is old. He's
Then fuck him.
37.
Man, nah, I'm cool because it's just gonna turn
Not
into
Izzy
a boring.
yet.
It's
Not
gonna be
Izzy.
a boring.
If
Why not Izzy?
if
Izzy's been getting
if anything,
smashed.
give him Joe. Give him Joe. Give him Joe
No,
Pfeiffer.
no, Isaiah, we don't care about
Isaiah
your love for
doesn't want
Izzy.
Izzy.
Yeah,
He doesn't
to
want
get,
Izzy to
just
die.
yeah.
Not yet. I'm not ready to see him go through the Anderson Silva treatment.
He's already on it.
And
Fuck are you talking about?
Look, I know he's on it, but just give him a year. Just give him a year.
Izzy has Joe
He's
Piper
not ready.
coming up. I forgot
Does
about
he?
that.
No, Izzy
Mm.
lost to Joe
Yeah,
Pfeiffer.
yeah.
Got
Oh,
knocked
okay.
out by
Knock the
him.
fuck out. Yeah. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
On this
Just
thing
give
I'm
him
looking at,
him.
it shows TBD on the fight.
Yeah. I mean, unless they ran it back because Izzy is trying to. Oh man, he didn't really beat me. No, bro, he beat you. He walked you down,
This
and you looked
says-
great. Izzy
He looked
Izzy looked
so impressive.
He
in
looked
that
like
fight.
he did as he was rising up the ranks in the UFC.
I think
and
I
then he
watched
gassed.
it.
Yeah,
I
he,
think I
he
watched
gassed
it.
and Joe Pfeiffer just give him the left. Give him the left.
Yeah,
It does.
he
It
had
does
him in
say.
trouble.
It does say lost to Joe Piper at Fight Night 271. My bad. I was
Yeah.
reading it wrong.
Nah, you're good. You're good. What's next
Why
for
not
Kyle
Jared?
Dawkins?
Why not Jared
Your
Cannonier? I mean,
because he's just gonna out wrestle him. That's why. Like Cannonier's
okay.
he's all right.
Well, Cannonier is about to fight on Jacoby Smith on the 11th or the 18th of July. So that you got to wait.
Is
way
he
longer.
fighting Jacoby or I thought that was
Yeah,
Kevin Holland?
he's- No, my bad. Yeah, that's Kevin
Yeah.
Holland.
It shows
but
him at
Jared
280, Fight
Cannonier
Night
is
281 fighting Christian Leroy Duncan,
That sounds more
Yes.
about right.
and he just
honestly,
got worked
my
by
bad.
Michael Venom Page.
honestly, Isaiah, for you, let's give Kyle Dawkins Izzy. Let's give Izzy somebody that he should beat, so you can
I
be
like
happy.
that. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's
yes,
roll out.
Yes.
Let's roll out Anderson Silva again, so
Yeah.
Izzy can get on the right track. How about that?
Yes,
Let's,
I
yeah.
like that.
Let's
For
give him
Kyle
his,
Dawkins, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Kyle Dawkins Bo Nickel was spoon fed Kyle Dawkins. If we're talking about overall skill, youth, everything under the sun, Kyle Dawkins has looked better in his UFC career, but Bo Nickel's trajectory and his skill set, it was not going to be a fight. What's next for him? Give him some fight night shit for like 2 to 3 years. He'll never crack the rankings. He'll be one of those guys that fights on fight nights. He got this because they needed to give Bo Nickel somebody. No disrespect to him because I don't fight. However, if we're talking about between the two, it wasn't even going to be close. Bo Nickel was never even threatened by Kyle Dawkins. So,
He
Keep
walked him
pushing.
down, bruh. He walked him down. That's what we do. That's what we do. Well, they're both Americans, but whatever. All right.
yeah, I was like,
Mauricio Rufy knocked out Michael Chandler. What's next for him?
I love it.
Mauricio Rufy.
What's next for him?
Mm-hmm.
What's his ranking? Where's Rufy?
I think that Mauricio
7.
Rufy, because I think the winner of Charles and Max is gonna Charles and Max. What the fuck am I talking about?
Connor and Max.
Yeah, I think that's who's. I think they're gonna feed whoever wins that fight to Gaethje. Personally,
I think it depends because Gaethje's been on a worldwide press tour. We'll get to it in a bit, but he's been saying like maybe I retire, maybe I blah blah blah. So I think for Gaethje, we'll see. I would say what's next for Mauricio Rufy is I think he needs one more. I think I could see him and Patty. I could see him and maybe him and Charles.
yeah.
And
I
let's see.
just,
the one
man, my
to
dream,
really-
my dream match is him and fucking Max, bro. Just watching them exchange from range, bro. Just snipe each other. That'd be so dope.
It would be
But I
very
agree.
dope.
I think he'll fight Armand or like Charles or somebody like that.
Yeah, I'm
maybe
curious. what they're gonna
Benoit
do.
Saint Denis, which he's fixing
Yeah.
to fight now.
Yeah,
he's fixing to fight Patty.
Yeah. I think the
I
one
was
with
thinking
that
Charles.
because I think Patty, the trajectory for Patty is probably going to be Ilya. They
Yeah,
have that
that's
beef already. So I think that's going to be in, but who knows when Ilya is going to fight. Michael Chandler, what's next for him, though? For me, it's unemployment
he
line.
needs.
The house.
Yeah, he needs to
The
retire.
house.
Bro. Go home.
The house
Bro,
is what's next.
he still looks sharp
Look.
and athletic.
That's fine. You could look great, but when everybody is knocking you out, people got to realize dude, he's 1 in like 5 in the UFC.
Yeah, that's
won
what I
his
was about
first
to say.
fight.
Like this
Well,
dude.
He's
one,
two,
why is he still ranked?
2-5. I think they
One.
just took him out on Monday. They took him out.
just took him out.
Mhm.
They just took him out. This man, okay, so he was 1 in 4 before they took him out of the rankings.
2-4.
2 and 4.
Hey, yeah,
so
easy.
what are we doing? The crib is your next destination. Respectfully, love what you've done for the sport. Love your athleticism. Put him on a commentary team.
Ooh,
That's where his
that's
money's at.
that's actually not a bad idea. So next for Michael Chandler is calling fights.
Commentary, baby.
calling fights and content creation for I don't know somebody.
Yeah, I think at this point you're not being competitive with guys that aren't the guys, and
Guys that are coming up.
I would, for me personally, as a selfish Michael Chandler fan, since he's been in Bellator, I would like to see you walk away rather than continuing to get beat the fuck up. It's been a long time since I've thought of him like a warrior, like that Gaethje fight that he had, where it was like, this is so crazy. Ever since then, it's been a lot of him falling down. A lot of him falling down. So I'm
That's my
okay
thing
with
is,
him.
like, his first few fights in the UFC, I felt like were competitive. He was just getting beat. But I like Rufy, but I didn't think he was as good as he looked against Michael Chandler. I mean, he was piecing Chandler the fuck up, bro. I'm like, all right, boss, it's time. Like, it's time. It's not
He
even
hit him
competitive.
Take you out to pasture.
He gave him the stadium pulse. He hit him that one time, and Chandler just, yeah, it was rough.
Well, and he was very measured in his he didn't rush anything.
He should have. He could have got him out of
He
there.
was
And
just
he
taking his
was like,
time.
it's cool. My stamina bar is full. I can whatever. And just kept jabbing and stuff. Yeah, that was bad. Next, the Phenom, Josh Hokett.
Oh my god, Josh
All right,
fucking
here's the
Hogan,
thing.
bro. First of all,
Here's the
anybody
thing,
that thought that was gonna be a fight is a fucking idiot,
Told you.
dude. The only reason why, I mean, because Hoka can fight, but the main reason I picked him in the fight was because Derek Lewis's tank. He showed that his last fight. He has no fucking.
He
tank,
showed
bro.
that for years, bro.
It didn't even look like Derek Lewis
that's-
wanted to be in there. Like, he wouldn't even really throw. I was like, bro, all right, you're done.
Well, and when he was throwing, it was massive overhands that you saw coming from below his fucking knee, basically, as he was throwing it. So you're like, oh, I have time to get out of the way of this.
Exactly.
And that's what he was able to do the entire time. Not only that, just the athleticism that Hoka does possess. Being a 2-sport athlete in college, playing a little, basically he got a cup of coffee in the NFL. He's
Coffee in the big time.
Oh yeah.
yeah. he what the real question for him, because of the amount of shit that he's been talking about anybody and everybody. I don't think his shtick of not liking anybody, it's like, just give him Tom. I mean,
Nah,
or give him Tom.
listen.
How are you gonna give him Tom? Tom has to fight for the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom
Tom and Gon are
Tom's
gonna
gonna
fight.
vacate it because
No, Tom
he's
already said.
taking too
Tom
long.
already said he was like, "You want to run it in September and wherever." That sounds good to me, Mike.
But I feel like he's gonna beat Volkov. So I'm like,
Who?
just
Hogan?
have him wait. Yeah.
No, let him fight
He's-
Alex P.
That's what I was gonna say. I'd have him fight Volkov, and the winner of that
I don't
face the
think
winner of Tom
Pereira
and
would
Gon.
want to do a number one contender fight.
He's not getting
only
another title
wants-
shot.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah,
My God.
and he's not going to lose weight to go to 205. How do you rebound? Either you beat a Volkov or you beat a Hokit, whose trajectory is one of the best fighters in heavyweight. So why not? I think that's his only chance to get a title shot again. And Hokit is, Hokit is a humble personality away from being loved by everybody. He is very
Right.
much a very similar fighter to Cain Velasquez, and people aren't even talking about it because he's so versed. He can do whatever. He can press you up against the fence. He can finish you. He can wrestle. He can do all of the stuff that he needs to do dictate how the fight plays out, but he just talks a lot of shit and people don't care.
I would give I give Hoka to Volkov. I give Poatan to I'd either feed him Derek Lewis
Hey, hold on.
or
We ain't there yet.
oh my bad.
We ain't at
My bad.
Peloton
My
yet.
fault.
Yeah,
My fault.
yeah.
My fault. My fault.
Yeah, but
Hold
so
on,
for
hold
Derek
on, hold
Lewis,
on,
you
hold
want him to get baptized by
Yeah,
Peloton.
just get him out of there. Derek Lewis is
I
fried.
want Derek Lewis to go to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
Well,
respectfully,
Peloton can give him
we
a taxi ride there. God damn it.
we
You're
talked
not wrong.
about this before. At the moment the fight ended, more than what did I say? I was like, yeah, that's it.
Classic Derek Lewis.
He's done. Yeah, he's done. He just needs to, because he has nothing left to fight for. He's already got the record for the most knockouts, I think, in the UFC by like a good margin. You're not gonna fight for a title. You can't train long enough to actually create an ability to get more stamina and to have a good
He's
gas.
42 or something like that, bro. His stamina is cooked. It's over with. It's not getting any better. I think if you want to give him tomato cans, by all means, give him tomato cans and let him fight. But if you're not and you're going to keep giving him these guys that are good, bro, I don't want to see Derek. I told you, he's going to do the curl up in the corner. Oh, Herb D. Herb, hey, get him the fuck off me, Herb. Hey, Herb, get off me. And then that's just what it is. So respectfully, Derek, I'm cool with you going to the house. What's next? For
Bro,
sugar.
Before
Sean
we go,
O'Malley.
my favorite part of that Hoka fight was the pre-fight when Hoka told him, "Don't you fucking give up on me. I'll follow you to the parking lot and I'll beat your ass in the parking lot if you quit." That's
And he
hilarious.
He put. But yeah,
Anyways,
what's next
Sugar
for
Sean?
sugar?
Bro, it's got to me it's got to be Peter Yan, or the winner of him and Merab. Even though Merab has already dominated him in two fights.
No. You give him Sandhagen. Enough is enough. I'm tired of this. You give him Sandhagen. That's it. That's the end. Because
what about if Peter Yan loses because he's not the champ no more?
If Piotr Jan loses,
Sure.
you can't give Sean Merab because Merab
Right.
has made swift work of him twice.
But the one fight that O'Malley and Yan had, everybody says controversial. No,
Mm-hmm.
could have won either way.
he did not win that
No, he
fight.
didn't win that fight.
Okay, so why not let him do that again? That's
Give him Umar. Do not let if he sits there and doesn't have to do anything because he starches Zabi. I don't care. That's what he was supposed to do. I'm not hating on Sean, like it's dumb, but that should not put him back into. I'm just gonna wait for another title fight until they fight me because I'm a superstar. I don't care. You haven't fought Sandhagen. You haven't fought Umar. They've fought each other. I've seen them fight. I've seen Umar fight Merab to a better decision than you. So for me, it's either Umar or Sandhagen. Unless if Piotr Jan wins, especially if it's dominant, then maybe you run Piotr Jan and Sugar back. But I still think he needs Umar first. I think he's Umar, dog. He's a Nurmagomedov.
that's right, baby. He's an eagle.
Give him Raul Rosas Jr. right now. Give him
You
No,
just
I'm
don't like that
kidding.
kid,
He
do
really-
you? You want to see
No.
him starch, son.
No, I'm just playing. But no, seriously, the only ones that make sense for Sean to fight is he has to fight Sandhagen and he has to fight Umar. If he is ducking those, he doesn't deserve a title fight. Because Umar needs to run it back. I think he needs to fight for the title again. And to be honest with you, with the similarities in height, obviously Sean is a better boxer. But the skill set of Sandhagen plus the height plus his grappling, I think that's a true test to see if Sean can really stomach that and to see if he can come out on the other side. Because Sandhagen is not just going to sit there and exchange with him. He's going to do unorthodox things and he's going to test his will in different areas of the fight game. I like that the most. If he ducks Sandhagen, fuck Sean, he doesn't deserve a title fight. The end.
Jesus, that's a little
I
rough,
think-
ain't it?
Is Sean is Sugar, man? Is he the best sniper in UFC history. Do you
A UFC
like?
history? No.
I've never seen him mix it up in the pocket. Everything he throws is from range, and it's money every time, bro. His jab is nasty,
Yeah,
and his
I think, like, not even trying to hate on the kid, but I think he gets very favorable matchups for his
I do
standing
agree
to
with
show.
that.
Yeah, yeah, I think he's fought two wrestlers, two grapplers, I would say, which is Marab and Piotr Jan. One being Piotr Jan, which they both dropped each other. Piotr Jan fought him well at distance, but it's levels to this. And then the other one being, well, he fought Aljo too, but then he
But
also fought Marab twice.
Aljo didn't really
Aljo
wrestle.
felt rushed. Well, yeah, he felt rushed
Yeah,
because he wasn't ready to fight, and they just kind of forced Sean on him. No Diddy, but I mean, essentially, he is a very good sniper, but he's still not Anderson Silva yet. Silva had a fight where he like landed 83% of his
gotcha.
that's nuts. But he's on that trajectory. If he has some performances like that against Marab or Piotr Jan,
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, that would elevate him
but
because those are the cream of the crop.
after that, like this is why. So after Sean lost to Marab, he beat Song Yadong and then he beat Zabi. Like from that time too, Marab has beat Mario Batista and Davison Figueiredo. Both guys they've beaten are in the top 10, right? So I think they neither one of them to me has shown that they deserve it more than the other because both of them lost to Marab. Neither one of like Sean fought Piotr Jan, but again, if I'm the matchmaker, I'm going Sean O'Malley versus Umar Nurmagomedov, and this is the number one title contender. If you do not accept this fight, you are not fighting for the title until you prove to me that you deserve it. I'm sick of the UFC allowing people to get away with this. I'm just not going to fight, and then I'm going to get a title fight. I think they need to get back to you need to you need to earn this shit. You need to earn it.
Okay, I got a question for y'all then. So, with this earning um, stipulation that you want the fighters to have, should there be a timeline? Should it be like every 3 to 4 months if I give you a call and I try to make a match, unless you're injured, should you be accepting that fight as a term of your contract every 3 to 4
Don't think it should be
for
every three
activity
to four.
purposes,
I don't think it should be every 3 to 4 because
or at
we're
least
not
twice a
asking.
year?
Yeah,
Let's go.
twice a year it sounds a lot more manageable depending on when you fight. If you obviously if you fight in the summer and that's your first fight, I don't expect you to have to fight in the winter, but you do the next year need to fight in February, March.
January,
Yeah,
February. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I do think that they need to stop just giving people title fights based off of booking. Like, oh, we're gonna sell this shit out. Okay, bro, you're gonna sell it out, and then you're gonna get a Cheeto Vera versus Sugar Sean.
Yeah,
Where it's like, yeah, this is not like why did people pay pay per view for this shit when you should have known the outcome of it? But what's next for Zabit?
Where's he at in
what
the
a stupid
rankings?
fight plan, by the way. What an idiot. Like,
I'm a run forward and
bro,
leg kick real hard.
bro, let's not throw a single punch.
Hey,
What a fucking idiot.
dead ass. For a minute, it looked like it was working.
I think
He made Sean switch stances.
yeah,
He had a decent game plan until he decided, no, I'm gonna keep standing at distance and stop throwing leg kicks and try to get inside. That was his problem because that's what allowed Sean to just pick and choose when he was gonna throw the jab and threaten him and then put his lights out.
I give
But the leg
Sahabi.
kick was working.
I give Sahabi to Rosas. Rojas.
yeah. This is so wild, bro. No, I'd give him Rojas too. My
No,
fault.
give him Peyton Talbot.
No,
Give him Peyton Talbot right now.
give him bantamweight. Give him T.J. Dillashaw. Co-main event. What's next? What's next for Poetan?
BBL Alex. By the way, major pause alert from Joe Rogan. I don't know if y'all were hearing the commentary. Cameron, I don't know if you caught it, but at one point during the fight, Joe Rogan goes, "Oh my God, it looked like he gained 40 pounds at his ass." And I was like, pause, Joe Rogan. What are we talking about? BBL Alex was caked up in the fight. No, like we briefly mentioned it. Uh, just make him fight Hogan for the number one contender spot after Cyril Gahn and Tom Aspinall fight to see if he really wants to give it a shot again to be a 3 division champ. Outside of that, I mean, he's getting older too. He's 38,
Hmm.
37 or 38. He doesn't have a lot of like wars to go through, you know what I mean? He's already been in this. He's been fighting for like almost 20 years. So, for what he's meant to the UFC in these past 5 years, this like prime run, you look at it like some of the greatest athletes of all time, their runs just they were just so dominant. I that's the only thing that would make sense to him. I don't think he goes back down and tries to lose 40 pounds to fight Carlos. Not he can't even fight Carlos Earlberg for at least 9 months because he shredded everything in his knee, and then ended up getting the dub. So he's not gonna fight Yuri
He's
again.
not
He's
going
not
back
gonna
down.
fight.
People see what happens when
Yeah,
you have to drain yourself when you go back down. He's
yeah,
hoke it, hoke it. That's like
yeah. That's
nothing.
pretty much it.
that-
Number one
well,
contenders fight.
because if you lose the hoke it, then you understand. Like, okay, am I just going to sit here and fight around with these guys that I can't even contend with? Like at welterweight or at middleweight, I ran through it. At light heavyweight, I ran through him. Heavyweights, Cyril Gahn, you beat me. You're a champion, right? If I can't beat the guys that can't beat him, then it's time to hang them shits up. So give me
I give
Hogan,
him
and
a.
after that, walk away.
I I'm a little bit different. I wouldn't feed him a fighter that's hot like Hokit. I give him Waldo. Waldo needs a win. He needs to get back on track, and it's a favorable style for both fighters, in my opinion. He's in and out of the pocket. He throws and stands a lot. I think that'd be an entertaining fight. Plus, both fighters need a win.
Give him Tai
Yeah,
Tuivasa. You
Chewy.
ain't seeing a shoey that night. I guarantee that.
Nah,
I
nah.
guarantee
We haven't
that.
seen a
In
shoey
like
in
three
a cool
years, yeah.
minute.
It's been a
Yeah,
while. What about what's next for Cyril Gahn? Obviously, that should be easy work.
yeah. Tom.
Tom.
dominant.
Tom. Hey, shout out to him.
Oh,
Shout out to Herb Dean, who is getting a lot of shit talked about him. He's saying, "Oh, you hit me in the back of the head," which he kind of did a couple of times. But brother, you
yeah.
let a jab.
You already down.
Yeah, you let a
You already
jab
down.
buckle your knees, my guy. So leave the goat Herb Dean alone. I'm tired of these people calling Herb
Hey
Dean out.
man.
Herb Dean allows for punishment, and that's what we pay for.
He wants
Well,
you to
the thing
almost die
is
before he stops him.
Herb. He allows fighters to try and
Recover,
get. Yeah, he
but
doesn't
they're
call.
but they're not
I would
recovering.
rather him call it late than some of these refs. Like I felt like O'Malley's stoppage was early. I
It was.
mean,
I think it was. It could have went on a little bit longer.
one or two more shots. Let him hit
But
one or two more
but
shots, and then
homie was
call it.
already he was already emoting, so
Yeah,
I would have
Yeah,
stopped that shit
he,
too.
he yeah
Yeah,
he hit the first one.
yeah, he was about to go crazy on emote. So yeah, I'm cool with it. It was a little bit early, but Herb Dean, hey, I appreciate you, my
how
guy.
much shit do you think Tom Aspinall is going to catch if he loses to Cyril Gahn from John Jones?
It's over with. Like he's
Yeah,
deleting all of his social media. He may never fight in the UFC again, and we may never pay attention to him again. He may go fight on MVP or PFL or something like that
Yeah,
because it's over with at that point. Oh, I'm
well,
waiting,
and
mate.
yeah, that's the thing too. Because how long ago did him and
It was
Cyril
like a
Gahn
year
fight?
ago, year and a half.
Okay, so Cyril Gahn just won. So Cyril Gahn's had two fights to his one, and then by the time they fight the second time, it has to be like you said. They were talking about September.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
doubt
if
that's
that
what
doesn't happen,
happens. It'll probably be like
yes,
October, November, but
in Jacksonville for some reason, they all big title fights always happen in Jacksonville in the fall.
that's right, baby.
But
That's right. I know that's right.
for some reason I could see this fight not happening until the first of next year, around the first of next year. And even when it does happen, if Tom Aspinall loses, I'd cut his ass, bro. We're dragging our fucking feet at this point with you. You're holding up this division. You should have vacated the title, to be
he
honest
doesn't
with
have
you.
to though because it was injury. It's like you blow
Yeah,
your leg apart and then they're like, "Hey, you need to vacate that shit." It's like, bro, I'm a champ. I've defended this shit, and an injury took me out.
technically he only defended it once with the eye poke, right?
I forget.
because John had it.
Yeah,
John
I think
vacated
he
it.
smashed Curtis Blades in between, and then he fought Cyril Gahn. That may have been his first defense too, though. But either way, I mean, he
Yeah.
was the interim champ for a while because John was holding up the division. But the heavy,
Hmm.
bruh, I've watched UFC since 2002. The heavyweight division has always held up. Like
Yeah.
remember Brock Lesnar had diverticulitis or whatever, and he was gone for like a year and a half. Like the heavyweight division has probably had the most interim belts in UFC, like any division in the UFC. So this, honestly,
Yeah.
this is nothing new.
Yeah, I
Tom
just hope
Aspinall.
it happens
Nah, Tom
sooner
Aspinall is
rather
going to come
than
back.
later.
He's going to start Cyril Gahn, and then Isaiah. I'm going to use some money, and I'm going to try to get Tom Aspinall to come on the pod and see what he's got to say to you, to your face, right to your face. Mike, you were on here talking shit, and I delivered. Now it's me and
If
you.
he touches
Now
me,
it's
I'm
me.
fucking
Now it's
suing him.
me and you. It's me and you. And then what
I'm
you gonna do?
suing him.
What you gonna fight him?
I'm sue
Nah,
the
bro, you
shit
gotta
out of
fight
him.
him. I'll hype
Don't
you
even
up.
touch
I'll
me,
hype
bro.
you up. And Herb Dean is
There is no
reffing it.
hyping up. He's 6'4".
Leg kick him.
I'm 5'6".
Leg kick
There
him.
is no fight.
Leg kick him, bro.
I can't get close to
Shoot
his legs.
for the takedown.
Shoot.
Get him down to
Shoot so I
smish.
can get that
You see?
uppercut on my
No.
way in.
What is next for the new lightweight champion, Justin Highlight Gaethje?
Retirement.
Honestly, dude, if Max beats Connor, don't you think it has to be Max? I mean, Max pieced his ass up in the BMF fight and then knocked his ass out cold, and that was his that was Gaethje's last loss, no?
Yeah. So he fought that one, and then he fought Patty, and then he just beat Ilya. There's two that he could get back though. He could either get the Max one back, or he could get the Dubronx one back.
Well, that's true.
And Dubronx is he's waiting right now because he just beat Max.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, but I've the same way. Like the Max one, you got starched, and it's the greatest knockout of all time.
Yeah.
You might want to run that one back, bro.
Yeah, for your pride.
Yeah.
Quite frankly. So I think where we're sitting at in that division with him being the champ, okay, the only thing that would make sense to me if they don't hold it up by having Ilya fight him again.
Ilya's
in,
not
like-
fighting for like 9 months, bro. You might as well use a different name.
No, but I'm saying if that's the situation, because I could see them doing that. But Gaethje likes to stay more active. To me, is he gonna give up his first title defense? Is he really gonna try to fight Oliveira or Max?
Who else is he gonna fight? I think that's a dangerous fight, and I don't think the UFC wants Armin to be a champ.
That is true, because he's
Armin's
sounds
been
like a
fucking
terrible
killing
human being.
people for like a while. Armin's the only person that had a close fight with Islam besides the dude who head kicked him or knocked him out.
Yeah.
My fault. He's been ranked 1 or 2 for like 2 years now, and they're just like, no, we're good. So honestly,
because of everything he does outside of the octagon.
Yeah,
and they don't like what he does.
it's more of a grappling match. They could make it. It would be a good fight. I would say more Oliveira and Max, honestly.
He's
if I'm
already
him-
said he's not fighting again for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But just different idea. You could reward Roofy.
Yeah. I mean,
mean-
you definitely could. I don't know if you're rewarding that much though for putting Charles or Michael Chandler to
I'm
bed.
just
but-
looking at. I mean, besides Armin and Charles, everybody else is scheduled for fights
Mhm.
until you get down to Roofy.
Yeah,
So if you don't
but
want Armin to get a fight and you don't want to run Ilya back, Roofy would be your answer. Unless you're just gonna have Gaethje sit and wait until middle of next year.
which I think he honestly could. I don't think it would be middle of next year. I think is Charles booked to fight anybody?
No.
Yeah, I could
No,
see
it's
I
not
could see
up
them
until
coming up with a plan
fall.
either December or January, February, and that could be
Make
potentially
Charles fight Connor. Do it now. Put it on the books.
how
Let's
Connor's next. Connor
I don't
got on
know.
Ariel Hawani shit and said that his next
got
fight is
2 fights left.
his next fight is in April, win or lose. So, and then what's next for Ilya?
Let's take it to the house for a minute.
Surgery, boss.
Let's regroup.
Justin said something.
He's sti-
Justin said something on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I agree 100%. He said he is now going to have trouble because that boogeyman image is gone.
Yeah.
He said he is Anderson Silva and Ronda Rousey after they lost. That intimidation shit, everybody sees him as beatable now. And that's scary for him, who used that as, yeah, it's over with.
Give him the max.
Okay.
Give him who?
To max.
No, not yet. No.
I mean,
okay,
run it back, baby.
No, I got a question. So, Marlon, Cameron, we watched that fight. We watched him just stand there and eat a buffet full of jabs.
And uppercuts.
How do you score the fight until they called the doctor stoppage?
Justin's,
Is it 2-2?
I
I
have
think I had
Justin
it
up
3-1.
Or
3-1.
I had 3-1 Justin.
But it just depends. Because I think 1 was Justin, 2 was actually, yeah, I would go 3-1.
Ilya dominated.
He dominated 4 until the end, and then he got dropped.
Yeah,
I think that's what stole around. Up until then, I thought it would have been 2-2, and then when he got,
I saw on the scorecard that Gaethje didn't have a takedown. I could have sworn in round 4 he took him down. Did he not?
No, no.
Or was that a sprawl?
Yeah, it was a sprawl. Ilya tried to take
okay.
him down because he threw one right down the pipe, and Ilya was like, "Oh, shooting for a leg now, bud." But yeah, I'd say 3-1. It was close to being 2-2, and then he just wouldn't move his head off the center line. I think Ilya, Justin said it too. Was it round 2 or round 3 after he landed that liver shot? He dumped his tank trying to finish him, and he said it was a mistake because you followed me down. You tried to get an arm bar, you couldn't. And then that was it. After that, he blew his load. He couldn't recover, and that's what it was. And Justin was like, if you would have made me get up, you would have finished me. Mm-hmm. And it's that decision. Yeah.
Which I honestly, too, he worked way too hard to get that armbar. If you watch the fight, when he dropped him, right, he had him in a position where if he would have kept throwing, he probably would have threatened Justin more, because at that point, Justin did not want to take another shot from him. So you trying to throw the armbar, allowing Justin to just kind of lay there and fight off an armbar, you're working twice as hard to try to pull it back. And so by the time they walked out because that was in the second, by the time they walked out for the third, the speed of Ilya was just at like 40%. He did not, and I think that's where Justin got him. Justin was like, dude, I'm chilling, bro. Like, I could fight off this armbar. And so when they got back to the stand-up, with Justin's skill and Justin's ability to be in those later rounds and fight people the way that he's used to fighting people, I can't remember the last time Justin had a 3-round fight.
Benoit Saint Denis. So like a year and a half ago.
Yeah. So it's been, he's been, as of recent, he's been having a lot of 5-round fights. So like at that point, Ilya's speed was gone. He couldn't and he just was getting his ass whooped in the third.
Well, we went 43 minutes on UFC, so I'm pushing us along.
Hey, I got one more question, real quick. Just to be fast. Was 250 better than UFC 300?
Yes.
In your opinion?
Yes.
Greatest card ever?
I wouldn't say greatest card ever. I still think UFC 200 was the greatest card ever. I still think UFC 200.
Just there was a lot of finishes.
Because UFC 200, I'm pretty sure John Jones fought on that card. I'm pretty sure it was Brock and Frank Mir, Anderson Silva, Forrest Griffin, Dan Henderson when he knocked out Michael Bisping. There was a couple other bangers on that card too. But yeah, it was definitely a lot better than I originally thought whenever it got released. But yeah, but let's jump into the Brendan Sorsby stuff. I mean, we seen what's going on with homie. He's a gambling man. Gambling, and he likes it.
Prospects,
obviously, he went and got an injunction, got submitted to be able to go back to college football, and now he's entering himself into the supplemental draft. So first question, would you want him on your team?
Fuck no.
For what, dude? He's not gonna do anything in the pros either. Like, respectfully.
The reason I'm asking is because a lot of scouts and whatnot have him ranked as far as like quarterbacks that are going to come out next year and quarterbacks that came out this year, saying that he would be third quarterback taken depending on how he would have played his last year at Tech this coming year.
Yeah, I saw something that said that multiple coaches in Power 4 conferences were labeling him as the best quarterback in college this year, and that's why
Yeah.
Tech was fighting so hard to keep him.
Yes.
But I wouldn't. Man, bro.
2,500 yards in the Big 12.
Yeah, he gambled.
Is he that
I
good?
mean, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take
Hold
him. That's just me. But I feel like my team's in a pretty good spot quarterback wise at the moment. If I were the
Mine's
Cardinals,
not.
I'd probably take him.
I think the Cardinals, I think the Jets, I think
Yeah.
those make sense because you need somebody anyways. Why not? You have like you're rebuilding anyway, so why not just take a chance? But
Guys, there's only one
Miami?
answer here. You put him in Vegas, okay?
For what?
We're
Fucking
gambling.
Vegas.
Where gambling is
No.
everything, okay? Just make him ride the bench. He's gonna take his salary and try to double it and
Send him
triple
to
it because
Miami.
he's got insider info.
Send him to Miami and let him sit
I'll
and,
tell you
and
where.
go.
I'll tell you a good landing spot for him though, and in all honesty, is Tennessee. I mean, who's behind? Who they got behind Cam Ward?
Don't matter.
Some
Will
guy.
I mean,
Levis.
and
Some
what
guy.
if? Just saying, what
Yeah.
if Cam Ward doesn't work out? I mean,
You go to
last
the
year
draft.
wasn't.
You're talking.
Last year
you're doing
wasn't.
a lot of crazy.
Last
talking
year
right
wasn't
now,
his
okay?
fault. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they won. I'm just saying like he's a young guy entering year 2. The Tennessee Titans are a dumpster fire of an organization right now. I do think their coaching hires were good though, but they've got no perimeter weapons. They drafted a receiver, yeah,
Cornell Tate
that's right.
Cornell
from
Okay,
Ohio
Tate.
State. Yeah.
but they
And
did.
they got
address-
Eli
but they
Kyle
did
more
address the
excuses.
offensive line.
Yes.
You know, so what if Cam Ward goes down? Who's their backup? Anybody
Probably
know?
Will Levis.
Will
Garbage.
fucking Levis, that too.
So if I were the Titans,
The
I would
Mayo
take
Man.
Brendan Sorsby.
I think it would depend on what he requires. 3rd, 4th round pick, fine. First rounder, anybody that gives up
Absolutely
a first
not.
or a second rounder for this kid is crazy because again, I think he's talented, but he's a Big 12 quarterback, bro. Like we've seen this song and dance, and this is no disrespect to the Big 12, but like y'all remember Case Keenum. Case Keenum was looked at as one of the best quarterback prospects of all time because he wasn't playing anybody. It does like I don't just because he like for me, because I know a lot of Steelers fans are saying, go get Brendan Sorsby. It doesn't make sense because he doesn't offer you anything that Drew Aller doesn't. He's a little bit more athletic. He played in a worse conference. He played against bad defenses, and he didn't look that damn good. There's a reason he's bounced from school to school to school. That's my opinion.
I think the perfect fit for Pittsburgh is fucking Baker Mayfield if that doesn't work out in Tampa.
I did too until I seen that he wants $60 million.
Yeah.
Baker,
Wow.
salute
Hey man,
to
you
you, my
got
guy.
Sean style.
scared money don't win, baby.
Man, scared money does win whenever you're like 60 M's, bro. Who you think you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton?
Hey, that's what the Spurs are going to be paying De'Aaron Fox.
And that's their fault.
It will get.
That's
you
their fault. Well,
No,
speaking
Yeah,
of,
we'll get to
of
we'll get to NBA.
Well,
Yeah,
I was
gonna
gonna say, let's go. There's a lot of movement, and I do think that there's one deal that everyone is starting to look at, and that's kind of what's holding up NBA free agency. Honestly, where's Giannis going? And I think once Giannis goes somewhere, the wheels will start turning. I was reading somewhere last night that I think oh my God, hold on, let me pull it up real quick. But I know there's a deal in place with like Detroit or Miami and Milwaukee. Detroit wants to get involved in it, and you're gonna have like a 4 or 5 team trade to get stuff going. But I was just curious, where do you think these guys, these big names that are free agents or potentially getting trades, guys like Giannis, guys like Lou Dort, guys like them, Trey, I forgot his name.
Here we go.
Young,
Yeah.
who declined his
go.
player option.
I got
Yeah.
some crazy shit to say.
Here we go.
I think that
Trae Young to New York.
Giannis is going to end up in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I think Austin Reeves is going to end up in Detroit because there's a lot of smoke there. I
Mhm.
think Lou Dort is going to end up in San Antonio because I think the Spurs are backdooring Stephon Castle to keep Dylan Harper and their commitment to De'Aaron Fox.
Which is crazy. Which is crazy.
You got some insider info I don't know
Just
about,
shit
Cameron? What you
a
trying-
lot of
I
shit
mean,
that I've been reading from insiders from San Antonio. Just that Dylan Harper has made it known, and his camp has made it known he wants to start, and he wants, obviously money. But they're committed to De'Aaron Fox, and nobody's
They
taking
have
on
to.
his stupid ass contract.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
somebody's gonna have to
They're the one that signed him to this.
somebody's gonna have to, something's gonna have to give, or you're gonna lose Dylan Harper, who I think is going to be better than Castle, my opinion.
Well, here's the thing: you can't really lose him because Dylan Harper is a rookie. So
But you
he
can fucking
signed
lose
his
him.
rookie
Y'all lost
contract.
Kawhi Leonard.
Traded Kawhi
You
Leonard
didn't have him the whole year before that. He wouldn't play. He was like, I'm not fucking playing.
based on his doctors. Based on his doctors, yeah. And I mean, you could hold out. Yeah, you could do that, but at the same time, he's on his rookie contract.
Isaiah,
so no matter what,
are you willing
unless
to
you
piss
trade
him off?
his value has to go longer for them to actually trade him.
Do you think
No, it doesn't.
Do you think he's
right
going to be
now,
a star?
right now, he's got decent
No,
value.
I was going to say
think
his
he will be a
value right
star?
now is.
It's up. Yeah. I think he's going to be a
Do you think
star.
he'll be better than Stephon Castle? Just a question.
I think they're 1A, 1B. Dylan Harper's
I'm just
as good on the
I'm
defensive
just
side of
asking
the
Yeah, I
ball.
because are
agree,
you
but
willing
he's
to
not-
piss him
he's-
off? Are you willing to like play hardball with him and piss him off and risk losing him, or would you?
I don't think there's no hard ball to play.
There's
though.
going to be because of
There's-
the apron rules.
eventually.
And it's going to come faster
Eventually.
because it's easier to extend players than let them get to the end of their rookie deal. People are extending people in year 2, year 3 to avoid paying them $95 million in 2 years. So I think, and it's also he wants to start.
Yes,
You have
that's my
De'Aaron
problem.
Fox. You can't fuck with De'Aaron Fox. So now are you going to put Stephon Castle on the bench and let Harper start?
No, you put De'Aaron Fox on the bench.
You're
not
paying
putting-
him
you're not-
$60
yeah,
million.
You're not putting $60 million on the bench.
That's a waste. That's a waste. He's starting. That's just what it is. And I think that's what Cam is trying to ask you
Yeah.
is like, what do you do? Are you
Because-
willing to put Castle on the bench to let Harper start? Because in my opinion, I think Castle is good defensively, but again, his gap defensively doesn't make up for his non-developed offensive game of I can get to the rack, but that's about it. I'm going to turn this motherfucker over 14 times a game.
Yeah, that's his biggest issue right now. And also, too, because Dylan Harper didn't start during the regular season, Stephon Castle was still the second leading scorer on the team with De'Aaron Fox on that team. So to me, it's like you're washing 3 to 4 points between the two of them. And if Dylan Harper gets better on the defensive side of the ball, I don't see a problem with him starting. Then the one person you should probably put on the bench outside of De'Aaron Fox, which they're probably not going to do. The only one that you could really sacrifice is Vassell, but Vassell is a taller perimeter defender and your shooter.
Let's say,
Or Champagny, because Champagny also starts. You could bench Champagny if you need
but
to.
if
Dylan Harper wants to start.
But if you do that, then you lose your floor spacing, which is valuable to Wemby. And to your driver.
But
and
I mean, somebody's got to
Castle.
get better at shooting. That's all you got.
But that's why you bring in Dort.
Get better at shooting.
Again, I think those are conversations that, like, honestly,
Hey,
realistically,
Hey, Dort's a 40% shooter. Not
Yeah.
this year, but the last 3
Well,
years.
man, Dort is ass. He's shooting 40-something% because he's shooting 3 of them hoes, and that's after that it's either hey I'm gonna shoot
He's
2
2 for
more
3.
or I'm sitting on the bench while Kaysen goes in. But for the Spurs, like the Spurs are gonna run into issues. It's just what it is, and the Dylan Harper noise is loud. They're not gonna be able to avoid that because you're risking pissing him off, and it's something they're gonna have to get ahead of because of the Kawhi situation. You don't want to be a repeat offender. You want to at least be like, hey, we did what we need to do. And again, if that causes, I'm looking at it as whose trajectory is higher, Stephon Castle or Dylan Harper. If it's Dylan Harper, then you go to Stephon Castle and you're like, hey.
Guys, let's not get too hasty. It's been 1 year and one impressive playoff run. We've seen people. I'm not saying this is going to happen to them. Let's calm the noise down. It's been 1 year. We've seen it in the past with people absolutely going on a fucking tear and then flaming out within 2 to 3 years. So these rumblings that everybody's hearing, like if he's a 4th-year player, it looks
no,
different.
it doesn't.
But he's
It
a
does
first-year
not
player.
because you have a league chasing young talent. That's what's been winning. It's not the old veteran teams that are winning. There's like the Knicks are a vet team, but how many of them are 27 years old? Yeah, you're not chasing the old like.
But they've been in the league for 8 or 9
Yes,
years.
but I'm saying just age-wise, the league is chasing youth. The league is not chasing 29, 30-year-old guys. So you're like, even though everyone's talking about it because of where his value is right now, right? it's hype because of his value right now. If you're not going to treat him right, there are 29 other teams that will call you and say, we'll give you 2 first rounders right now for Dylan Harper. We don't want that, but Dylan Harper knows that's his value. So because he knows that's his value and he wants to show everybody that I'm a hooper, he can force the issue. It's the NBA, it's not the NFL. The NFL, the owners, they corral stuff. The NBA is a players league. So I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen, but it's definitely a possibility.
I do think some of it is like San Antonio's kind of going through the reactionary phase, that same thing that Oklahoma City went through with Chet. Like, everybody wanted to get Chet the fuck out of there after 1 or 2 weeks after the series ended, but now it's kind of settled back down, and everybody's like, well, Chet is against 31 other teams pretty fucking
29.
solid, or whatever. You know what I meant. But I also think that teams learn from experience. Like, Oklahoma City learned from the Harden experience. So the first rumblings of Reggie Jackson, they were like, go on, get up out of here, boss. Like, fuck out of here. And now you see, like, they're not going to play around with Queso. They're going to get him locked in, and they're going to make him a starter. That's why I think Dort's gone. I don't know if they'll be able to do the same thing with AJ, but
if they make that mistake again, boy, howdy. I hope they do, but no.
So I wonder if San Antonio learned from the Kawhi thing.
I think what San Antonio is going to do is they'll get with Harper's camp. They'll be like, look, we're going to start you at the beginning of the year on the bench. Fox is going to fake an injury that's going to sit him for 2 months, and then you're going to be a starter. And then we're going to gauge how you perform. And then when De'Aaron Fox comes back, we can roll him off the bench going into the playoffs. But I think starting the year, it'll be like that. But Trae Young, do y'all think he re-signs or y'all think he goes elsewhere?
I think he re-signs.
He declined the option, and if he does that, he's either wanting more money, which his value would be put at about, like 54, 55 million, I think, somewhere around that range to play in Washington. If you look at Trae Young as a player, what organization would pay him that much money?
Minnesota.
Outside of Washington.
Minnesota.
Houston.
I'm
looking at teams that need point guards
Phoenix.
that can hide him, which both
Phoenix.
Minnesota, Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'll say this just to piss one of our listeners off. Boston.
I don't know that these teams would pay him that much, but they would offer him a good contract to come in and be point.
What does he want out of his career?
I think he's a selfish player.
That we're at.
I think it's just negotiations.
Yeah.
I think he stands to make more money. Washington's not paying anybody. Why not?
No. I just think he's I think he's a selfish guy. He's looking out for his own pocket, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. That's just that's who you are.
Well, when you've already made over $100 million, are you really wanting to compete, or are you just hanging out?
That's what's so admirable about the whole Knicks situation, because Brunson took $115 million less. But because of that, they were able to afford all these other players and these pieces, and that's the difference between players. Is you got the Brunsons of the NBA, and then you got the Trae Youngs.
You got the Tom Brady's of the world. You got the other guys who were trying to take the bag, and there was a reason that Brady was able to play as well as he did, as long as he did.
Because he's the GOAT.
That too. And honestly, now it's just easier for teams in the NFL to like the Mahomes deal. I'm looking at it and I'm like, bro, you're really not paying him until 2029. But in the NBA, once you sign them, you get a year. Like De'Aaron Fox, where it's he's making 32.
I don't know if they can do like the MLB, but bro, give me a smooth 50 mil off the top, and then you ain't got to pay me a dime until 18 years from now when I retire, and you can start paying me then. Bro, because honestly, if you live right, you get that 50 mil, you live on that for your NBA career, because everything is paid for. Your flights are always paid for.
There.
Your food's paid for.
But you're speaking in terms of how we would address it versus how somebody that has that much exposure addresses that amount of money at that time.
Well, plus you got endorsements.
I would love to do that.
Your endorsements pay you.
Yeah. Well, it's just like Gronk. Gronk didn't make a lot of money playing in the NFL. He made a lot of money in his endorsements and his sponsorship deals, and he's still making that money.
Gronk did make it. whenever you start looking at it from the market standpoint, Gronk made about as much money as he could make from the tight end position. NBA players are a little bit different because the market is just so for per player. That's why these players are selfish as hell, is because somebody else is going to pay them. It's like either you pay me and you don't have to pay me as much, but you're gonna pay me. And if you don't, like I'll go play with the Pelicans and they'll give me $96 million, and then now we're looking at it as who really lost
For us
because
to be a playing
well
team.
because you're not going to win a championship, I'm not going to win a championship, but I am about to cash the fuck out, and we could have met somewhere in the middle, but you didn't want to, so I'm going to the Pelicans.
I think it kind of diminishes the value of the sport to a degree, but at the same time, it's like, well, we still ingest the product, we still watch it, we still tune
this has
in,
been the same song and dance since sports were created, since they've been paying people. Even when back in the day, people try to say, "Oh man, this greed just started to happen." No, there were greedy motherfuckers in the 70s and 80s, but whenever you look at like how the cash stacks up, $1 million for like Magic Johnson is like 55 million now. So Magic was doing the same shit. Like, oh, the older heads, they wanted to play for the love of the game. Yeah, tell me that whenever Magic went in front of the media and was like, if he's coaching, I ain't playing.
I would have get traded. So he signed what, a 25-year, $25 million deal or some shit like that.
And that's
crazy.
For that, that's what we look at now is like the Trae Young deals of like, oh, I'm gonna get my money and stuff. It's always happened. It's just Trae is I'm not gonna say shit. You know why? Because there's a lot of players in the league that I've been like, I don't think he's worth shit, and then they cat.
Yeah,
it's like, man, you soft. You're a crybaby. You're not as good as people thought. And I was right to a degree. You go to New York, now you win a championship. Now I'm sitting here like, oh my God. Oh my God. So, shout out to the GOAT.
He had to retool his way of thinking from his earlier years in Minnesota and his first year really in New York under Tibbs. His usage was really, really high, and it didn't have to be. He scored that 60-point game, but they lost, and he was balling. And then you look at it like, you're scoring the way that you're trying to score doesn't translate to wins and us being competitive to that next level. So Mike Brown was like, I don't need you to score fucking 30. I need you to give me 20 and 10 and 5 to 6 assists.
Hey, shout out to Mike Brown.
Block fucking shots. Yeah, I mean, honestly. But yeah, Trae Young, I don't really care where he ends up. They're not going to compete for a championship. Somebody's going to pay him a ridiculous amount of money to average 20 and 8.
It'll be more than that. It'll be like 24 and 14 or some shit like that. He stays in the East.
Yeah. For him to be an all-star. Yeah.
Team that just popped into my head for him, Detroit.
I feel like...
they don't have a point guard. I mean, they do have a point guard in Cade, but...
I think Cade can be, but Cade is more... Cade needs a partner in crime, which I think that's why the Austin Rivers... I said Austin Rivers, Jesus Christ.
Austin Reeves.
Reeves.
Austin
Reeves. That's why that makes sense.
It looks so...
Because he gives you another... Because, I mean, defensively, like, let's not act like Austin Reeves is giving you that much more defensively than Trae Young. That's
why I say, like, if you can find a good team that can hide him on defense and, give you a good offensive option. Can.
Yeah. I said something last week, Cam, too.
Guys, they got Tobias Harris.
Could you see Denver going for broke? Because
for who?
Their window, Jokic was winning MVPs. That shit is close to close now. Do you see them trying to maximize Jokic's last few good years by making a move that screams, we're going for it? Jamal Murray, we appreciate what you did for us, bud. Now go play for X team. And bring someone back. Could you see what I was saying is if I'm Denver, brother, I'm calling Minnesota right now, and I'm being like, how many draft picks does it take? How many does it take?
For Anthony Edwards?
Yep. How many you want, bro? Would you like?
Look, there's only one team that Anthony Edwards is going to go to, ladies and gentlemen, and that's Atlanta. He wants to go home. And he will get arrested, and he will be in Magic City every night, so they got to keep his ass in Minnesota as long as they can. I will pose a question as far as what Denver decides to do because, yes, I agree with you. Their window is closing to no fault of Jokic's. He's 30. There's a lot of other players that are still top dogs. Well, not top dogs, but still very competitive at that age in the league. I think their biggest issue that they're running into is like health with Aaron Gordon. This man can't stay on the court. And then they did have a decent amount of perimeter defenders, but now you're looking at like who's truly the third and your fourth option because you know it's going to be Jokic or Murray. I think Murray hasn't really transcended that next level. He's had good games and he's had good moments, but it's like he's never been seen as a true star of the league. So are you saying that they need a star?
No, I think they need a
Or are you saying that
superstar. I think Jamal Murray has done what he needs to do. What you just said, you're right, but I just see the window closing based off of what you said. Aaron Gordon's getting older. They did the deal where they went and got Russ and it was fine, but they don't have any shooters. Cam Thomas was supposed to be their shooter. Johnson. Yeah, he's ass.
Yeah.
Bron, if I see him miss wide open threes again in a big time moment, like I'll puke. It's not good. So I'm at like, what do they continue to sit on it?
They should have kept MPJ.
Probably
they should have kept Michael.
They should have kept somebody because I'm saying the moves that they've made in back-to-back off seasons have pushed them further away from title contention, in my opinion, than getting them back closer. Is this the off season where they actually flip the switch and say, "Hey, we have Jokic. Like, let's not act like everyone's. It's hot to talk about SGA and Wemby, but like, let's not get it twisted. This dude is still one of them ones. We just have to surround him with the cast that Wemby and SGA have. So do they do something to bring a team in? And Cam, to your point, I think Dort goes to Denver.
I feel like the league figured out how to beat Jokic. That's part of it. The other part of it is last year I just don't feel like they were healthy. Like I don't feel like Aaron Gordon truly ever came back last year from the hammy. What if they went out and got like? Because I agree with you, Marlon. I think they could still win. They play slow. They don't play fast. Everybody in the league plays fast now. Moves the ball around a lot. Has the big, skinny, stretch fours that can handle the ball. But what if they like? I don't know. What if they went out and got like a Klay Thompson? Surround him with.
What would that do for them?
I don't know. Just surround him with shooters. Which Clay's not the shooter that he once was. I'm just saying, like players like him.
I think he still is a shooter that he was. He's not the overall player. His role has to switch. He can't be hey, you're guarding the other team's best player and we need 28 from you. He's that, go stand your ass in the corner. Yeah. And when he comes out,
don't move.
Corner three.
What if they found a way to get Klay and Kyrie off Dallas? Because I saw somewhere that Dallas is trying to unload Kyrie to just fully embrace the
Cooper flag.
Yeah. Build with the Cooper flag, the flag bearer movement.
They possibly.
I don't like that idea. The only reason why I don't like that idea is because you're looking at a bunch of aging stars that'll bring the vet presence to the team, but that won't translate into deep playoff success. I don't think
that's kind of what I was getting at. Was like I feel like the league figured Denver out and figured out how to beat their slow pace. That's just my opinion. I think their window's already closed.
Who makes that place
slow? I think you can make them like you said. I think they figured it out, but I think they figured it out because Denver has also done a horrible job of surrounding them by shooters. Because if you give Jokic a guy that can make those shots in those moments, like Jokic is the player that he's always going to give you a chance. Down the stretch, brother, we need some of them threes to go in, bro. We need some of them. You know what I mean? Like we can't. Like, as much as I love Jokic as a player, the thing for me that separated me whenever the conversation was like, is SGA or Jokic the best player in the world, is down the stretch, SGA is getting buckets. Jokic needs a lot of help. He needs other guys to make those buckets because he's not getting good shots. He's throwing up one-legged threes, falling out of bounds, and respectfully, I don't want those shots. I want you to get a better shot than that. SGA is getting the shot that he wants to. I think Jokic needs more help. And when Jamal Murray was giving him that help, he was able to consistently be there. Jamal has been not as consistent, so let's go out and get somebody that is. What about the Lakers, though? What we on?
LeBron is going on little boys trips with
Yeah, go
his
on all the trips you want to.
2016 alumni
Go
trip.
do whatever you need to. Get your
Um,
shit and get out. Respectfully.
Yeah, I was about to say. That's what I was
Yeah,
about to say.
because I'm okay with Braun coming back for a mid-level exception, right? But at some point they have to start trending towards building for the future. And I've seen moves of Austin. I've seen him to Detroit. I've seen them get Duran back. I'm fine with that. I've seen them get Kessler in a trade. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with essentially anything that they can do that builds a team for Luka. But we're going to have LeBron, who's going to eat up space because he's not a catch and shooter. We're going to have Austin out there who's going to eat up space because he's not really a catch and shooter. And nobody's going to defend. It's just not going to win.
Does he have to be traded? Is he on
Who,
contract?
Austin?
No.
Austin.
Braun.
Oh, who?
I'm talking about
No,
Braun.
Braun's unrestricted.
Unrestricted? Okay.
Yes. From the homie KG told me what he expects the Lakers to do is to renounce LeBron and renounce Rui Hachimura. Once you do that, you free up cap space. You then trade Dalton Knecht and then Vando, and then you free up like $16 million. And then mostly what the Lakers are going to have to do is get involved in trades, because the free agency class, as far as wing defenders, Lou Dort, that's about it.
Not Rui.
I,
Not Rui, bro.
Rui was cold in the Thunder series, bro.
Catching
Rui,
shooter.
He was getting
mid-level
buckets.
in three.
I agree.
He's a good defender.
I think Rui is.
He's probably one of your.
I think Rui
ones.
is versatile, and people forget that. I'm fine. Like I said, I'm fine with Rui. If it's, man, look, I can see the TikTok comments right now. But if it's me and I got to choose between Rui Hachimura and LeBron James, give me Iguodala. Give me Rui Hachimura, baby.
I
Rui
think
Hachimura.
LeBron's gonna end up in Golden State.
Yeah, I think they're gonna put the Unk
dumb.
squad, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
Unk's at the open run, bro. Let him go out there, and you want to say, "Oh, back in my day, oh yeah, oh young blood, come here."
I told
Yeah.
these young bloods.
It'll be
I told these
cool.
young bloods, I still
It'll be
got it.
cool. They'll get to the playoffs, and they're gonna get absolutely hornswoggled by some team, and it'll be a good story. But I mean, take that shit to Golden State. Leave it away from the Lakers. You know what I mean? Like, let's.
I honestly believe that Steve Kerr could not coach LeBron James.
I think he could. He has in the Olympics.
No, I'm not saying. I'm thinking everything that you're saying about him being on the Lakers. That's going to be a problem in Golden State.
Yeah, but
State is
they're running into those problems now because they're it is
Who, Golden
Steph.
State?
It's Steph.
That's
It's-
it.
Look, Jimmy tore apart everything, but they play such a high level brand of team basketball. They just don't have the players to execute.
I think
deeper
LeBron.
level.
I
That's
think
the
LeBron
problem.
allows you to do it because the ball doesn't always have to be in Steph's hand. So it unlocks Steph's ability to run around 9,000 different screens. And then if you bring in somebody like Kawhi, it also helps your rotation because they're right now, bro. They're paying Draymond Green so much money right now to be the second fiddle. Essentially, is how they're paying him, brother. If you need.
Well, Jimmy got hurt, dog.
They weren't gonna be shit. Look, respectfully, I love Jimmy Butler. Can we stop this? Jimmy is That shit was like when Jimmy was. I'll put it to you this way: I haven't been to Vegas in 3 years. 3 years. That's a long time. That was the last time Jimmy Butler was like looked at as like, man, Jimmy can carry a team. Jimmy is on it. We see what's happening. Like I said, great career, but you're trending the opposite direction, dog. So yeah, I think OKC stays pretty still. I think they're not.
What do you do with their picks? I'm not trying to get too deep down the well with this, but do they trade up and knowing that Sorber is coming back, knowing that, my God, if Topic can just get rid of somebody cleanse that boy's body because he's having another
Back surgery.
issue with his health. Yeah, have another issue with his health. But I do like Sorber coming back off the ACL. Let Lou walk. Let Lou.
No, keep him. Thunder, please keep Lou Dort and give the Lakers Case and Wallace. Please.
No.
Please.
They're not going to
Please,
do
brother.
that, bro. They're not going to do that.
Please. I'm asking nice, bro. Like, that's what I was told is you ask nice and say please.
Okay, hold on. What if the Oklahoma City Thunders uses those 2 first-round draft picks and they flip that, right? Listen, walk with me. They flip that and they get Dylan Harper.
But
Anyways.
why would I was gonna say why we don't need another
Who's the second bucket getter, true bucket getter on the team?
And the Thunder, this is just me right now.
With
This is me because of the way everything is trending, the way it's harder to, at some point, and it doesn't have to be this year. Maybe it's not, or next year anyways. Maybe it's not the year after. Maybe I think that's when you start having the conversation is at the beginning of the 2027-28 season. But at some point, due to contracts, you're going to start having conversations of who is the odd man out, because that's just what's going to happen. Yeah. Is it going to be Chet?
Because they have an embarrassment.
Is it going to be Chet or is it going to be Dub? It's going to be one of them because you have these young guys that you are not going to want to get done with. AJ Mitchell right now is a bargain. If he continues to develop, you're not going to be able to let him walk. I don't think you can let Queso walk because he is way too good to allow other teams to pick him up for nothing. So I think in 2 years, they'll be in those conversations. Right now, they're not. I think right now they're cool. They can just sit on it. Pause.
I don't think either one of them are the odd man out. I think SGA, Dub, and Chet are the core, and they will be the core for the next decade. I think that the Thunder cash in on AJ Mitchell at some point, either middle of this year or middle of next year, for future picks to secure the future. As much as I don't like the idea of losing AJ Mitchell, I just feel like they're not going to bust up this core that won a title. They're not even in their prime yet. You know, if the only way I see that happening is if Dub
Mitchell,
can't figure out his legs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'll give you this side-by-side comparison. What I see from a lot of Thunder fans is the exact same thing that I seen with the Celtics. You can't break up this core. 2 years later, they're talking about breaking up this core. That's more because now it's do you keep Kevin White, do you keep etc. And because you don't have to break the core up, but if you do, like essentially if you don't break the core up, you have to hit on every single draft pick. And if you don't, and you start getting players that aren't giving you the same thing as AJ can give you off the bench and allow you to use that depth, what do you do then?
But don't you think that's kind of comparing apples to oranges in terms of like you don't have to prioritize a specific core in Boston because it's Boston, where you can attract free agents and pay big money, and Oklahoma City can't do that.
But they haven't really.
I was going to say I don't see Boston as that either, because even when they built their big three, it was on trades. They traded for Ray Allen, they traded for Kevin Garnett. They haven't really big name free agents haven't really went to Boston it's been a while. So yes, and
if you consider Porzingis, but he was a trade.
Kyrie was a trade. They're able to move like that, but again, that's how the Thunder have been operating as well, is utilizing trades and things like that. And it's not even
they're developing within their
it's not even it's just the apron rule is where I'm getting at, because before, like you said, before too long, he's gonna have to be extended again because he's too fucking good.
So when AJ wants to be a starter and wants to be the face of a team because he knows he can, because he's shown it, and he can't do that here, then he walks. That's why I say they cash in on trading him, because he's on a
speculatory though, because this is the second year of the league.
Yeah, but we're saying if he continues to trajecting upward,
like to me, he's 2026 as James Harden for the Thunder. Does that make sense? Like, he averaged 16.5 a game off the bench. He was clearly the sixth man and when Dub's healthy, the number 3 scoring option. but for much of the year was the number 2 scoring option in the Thunder, which was exactly the same as Harden. When Russ or KD was hurt, Harden would come in and bust off for 25, 30 points. Why would we risk, as an organization, him walking because he knows that SGA is the face and Dub is right behind him, when we could maybe cash in on some picks around the 2033, 2034 time frame when this core is on its way out and secure the future? That's what I get at.
You can definitely do that. I'm more or less thinking if you don't run it, everyone's assuming the Thunder are going to be back in the finals next year.
Yeah, we did that in 2012 and never made it.
If you don't get back, how long until you have those conversations of what do we do?
Yeah, I think if Chet has another series like he did against the Spurs, I think that conversation heats up very fast. He can't do that. To get outplayed is one thing, to not show up at all is a completely different thing. And
especially when you're paid to show up to be the co-star with SGA. I don't think you move Chet, but I do think that has to be talked about.
He's got there's definitely a magnifying glass on him.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the idea. I've seen this a couple of times. I like the idea of them packaging Chet and maybe one of the first round picks for Evan Mobley. I like that idea because I think Evan gives you a little bit more than Chet offensively, and defensively they're pretty similar. But again, I feel like in small markets where you're not attracting a lot of people, the camaraderie in the locker room it means a lot. And I think that this group is pretty tight.
I think it goes a longer way. That's why I get, the thought process behind the AJ Mitchell thing to a degree, but they need him just as long as Dub's going through whatever he's going through to a degree, because outside of Dub, he is your next best scoring option, and then you beat teams by committee, which is the way the Thunder have been really successful. They just had too many injuries going into that, and we're still trying to make it work. And there was games where I think AJ Mitchell got off of his rhythm because Dub came back, so the minutes go away. So it looks different game plan to game plan if he knows that he's going from 32 minutes a game to about 22.
It happens.
It's just a grind.
All right, fellas. Well, let's finish off with would you rather. I'm going to give you 2 quarterbacks' names, and essentially you tell me which one you would rather have. If y'all can't agree, I'm the final vote. This is quarterbacks under the age of 28. First 2 names up. Would you rather CJ Stroud or Justin Herbdog?
God, oh, goodness gracious. They're dead even. I'd go on Herb for arm talent.
I go Herb for arm talent too. Herb is melted down too. CJ Stroud, this past postseason run was.
That defense is so good. Let's just start there. That defense is so good that it allows CJ Stroud to be extremely subpar, even with Nico Collins being one of the better receivers in the league, even with Joe Mixon at the start of the season being extremely impressive. CJ Stroud, his rookie year,
his second year was solid too. But again, I'm not basing it just off of one playoff run. I'm just saying I've seen more. Herbert's played well enough to win a playoff game, and then his old coach kind of.
We know what happened.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
I know y'all. I know shit.
Yeah. All right, Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is a winner. He affects winning.
I agree.
As a leader,
hey, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy.
Jalen Hurts. Not even close.
I think they're very comparable.
They're separated by one championship ring, in my opinion.
I agree.
Oh, man. I would stay with Hurts because of the championship ring.
Yep. The championship ring, as well as the other game that he had in the Super Bowl, which was very impressive. Yes. So Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love.
Hurts. I've seen.
I'm going Hurts as well. I think Jordan Love is amazing. Not taking anything away from him. I think Jalen Hurts is in a better situation, but also Jordan Love has not taken that step forward that I've been waiting for him to take.
I just feel like I've seen him shrink in moments.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Cameron would like this one. Jalen Hurts or T-Law.
That's right, baby. That's right, baby. What's up, Isaiah? You look like you got something to say.
You already know it's gonna be Jalen Hurts. What are you talking about,
bro? T-Law led.
There's no but.
The Jags to the greatest
in that
postseason
division
comeback in history.
Jalen Hurts. Let's keep
Jalen Hurts for sure.
Pushing.
Jalen Hurts or Caleb Williams.
Jalen Hurts. Caleb Williams hasn't done it.
I'm saying not resume. I'm talking about would you rather on your team to build a team.
Oh, I'd still take Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
What does Jalen Hurts do that Caleb Williams can't do? Caleb
had the heart of a champion.
Caleb Williams went to a shit spot and turned them into a destination. That's why I'm taking Caleb Williams.
Jalen Hurts got railroaded out of his starting job to get into the playoffs and then made the Super Bowl the next year.
Okay. In Philly. In Philly.
I'm saying if you're looking, okay, hold on, 1 second, please. If you look at their numbers side by side in their first 2 years, and if you look at, yes, Caleb Williams has more talent, but he hasn't translated all of that talent into being a better quarterback than Jalen.
Because he's not in fucking Philadelphia. Everything is amazing.
Be a better organization.
He's with Chicago.
Be a better organization.
So you would rather have Jalen Hurts if you're the Arizona Cardinals? Why?
Yes.
Why?
I'd probably, yeah. Because he brings
again, we haven't seen him play without the God Squad. He's had a great offensive line every year. You said what? Yeah, I understand. I'm saying I'm literally just.
They spent a lot of money in Chicago.
They did, but it's fucking Chicago. I'm saying I'm saying for me it's more impressive for Caleb because the argument is like, oh, he's a winner, and it's like, yeah, no shit, you're in. It's the like you could say Brock Purdy wins more than Caleb Williams, but I'm not taking I'm not taking Brock Purdy over Caleb Williams because I understand if you put Caleb Williams in Philly or San Francisco, what you're gonna get.
If Caleb Williams has to, in my eyes, if Caleb Williams has to sit there and stand in the pocket to pick a team apart, he cannot do it consistently.
So Jalen Hurts can?
I think Jalen Hurts, yeah. If you give him time. In the Super Bowl, he did that.
I'm talking about more than one game.
Okay, more than one game. More often than not, Caleb Williams has to get outside of the pocket to make those crazy.
Is it him having? No, even if he has. Is it if he's have to, or is it that he's allowing the weapons to get down the field?
I don't think it's allowing the weapons to get down the field because the same Ben Johnson as a head coach had a way less talented version of a quarterback who could stand in the pocket and make those same throws.
But he also couldn't get out of the pocket. Why? Like, what? Essentially,
they went to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, and what did they do last year? They were hot garbage.
Okay, so.
All I'm saying is like if the argument is like he wins, okay, like you're going to take a winner over a dude who's talented that got one of the worst organizations in the NFL to be relevant. That is more impressive than taking a Philly team that had just won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago back to another Super Bowl.
Look, man, I'm
giving pushback. I'm fine with the Jalen Hurts thing. I'm saying like Jalen Hurts with Cleveland, is he the same Jalen Hurts with Philly?
You can make that argument if Caleb Williams.
He's in Chicago. It doesn't get that worse, bro. It doesn't get much worse. But they're right there. Like it's not like Chicago is this great organization. We've watched them fuck up for most of our life. So is it like it's a bad organization? Like I'm not taking anything away from Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying we've seen it for me anyways. It's easier to say a guy on a worse team should be able to go to a better team and play better, like a Matthew Stafford, as opposed to a guy that's playing well with weapons like a Brock Purdy, and then you put him on a bad team.
So then it'll come down to the decision making. I think Jalen Hurts' decision making at overall is better than
And I think Caleb Williams is better at everything else. And me personally, I can't think of a moment that Jalen Hurts in the league has had on par with Caleb's. Yes.
In the league?
That throw that he made on 4th down to win them that game in the playoffs. I have not seen that from Jalen Hurts. I've seen Saquon Barkley running down the fucking sideline doing this a lot, but
look, but he didn't do that this year.
Jalen Hurts didn't have a good year either.
But he also had gone to the Super Bowl with Miles Sanders.
Yes, but it's like, again.
And yes, he had.
He also had the best offensive line in football with a Hall of Fame center and a Hall of Fame tackles and
hey, it just
turned out. But again, I'm saying more or less if you're starting an organization from scratch, I'm not going Jalen Hurts unless the rest of the roster is good. If we have a shit roster, give me Caleb. Because I know Caleb can throw everybody on his back and push everybody up.
Well, their defense has gotten a lot.
It has, but it was hurt.
In his first 2 years.
But it was also hurt a lot. But my fault. Cam, go ahead.
I will say this. I am taking Caleb Williams because I feel like if you put both quarterbacks in a shit team, in a shit organization with no weapons and a trash offensive line and a not great defense, I think Jalen Hurts can win you an ugly 8 to 9 games.
Maybe.
I think Caleb Williams could win you 4 or 5 games, or he could win you 13 games because of his talent. I would roll the dice on probably Caleb Williams, just because I feel like Jalen Hurts is the Steelers of the quarterback room, like mediocrity.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
If I'm picking him for one game and it's Super Bowl. They both got a great team around him. Probably picking Jalen because he protects the ball. He doesn't take chances. He methodically moves it down the field, and he'll throw for 345 yards because he does it that way. He doesn't risk a lot. Also, when they need to slow it down, I trust Jalen Hurts to run the ball and protect it. So if it's a Super Bowl and both players have great teams, probably picking Jalen.
Yes.
But if we're talking about number 1 draft pick, and we're the goddamn
franchise
Jets.
guy.
Like,
Aliens,
Jets,
finger on the detonator. Who do you want?
The Death Star. Give me Dan Orlovsky,
baby.
Right. Caleb Williams, Bo Nix.
Caleb.
These conversations.
Why? Because we picked Caleb Williams.
No, honestly, it's kind of tough. I feel like y'all are all automatically going to say Caleb Williams.
No,
but
so
I think Bo Nix is overall as a franchise QB, his longevity is better than Caleb Williams. I think he has that potential, just like Caleb Williams has potential. I've also seen Caleb Williams do a lot of dumb shit in college and in the NFL, and Bo Nix.
I've seen Patrick Mahomes do a lot of dumb shit too, though.
To do that.
But I would lean more Caleb, but I would say it's closer than a lot of people have the conversation about.
I will always believe. Okay,
I think that the game in the playoffs, Bo against Buffalo, that would. If we would have went Jalen Hurts here, I'm probably going Bo Nix. Just because, again, that moment, homie outdueled Josh Allen in Buffalo, and got homie walked out of there. Trevor?
That's right, baby. It's not. Never mind. That's a different conversation for a different time.
When he made that throw off of a third of his ankle to get the PI call, to get him in the field goal.
Caleb Williams, Drake May.
I think Drake.
I like Drake May. Drake May hasn't had any weapons, man.
These conversations with you.
I feel like Caleb Williams gives you more.
I would pick Caleb Williams
overall.
You say what, Isaiah?
I actually would pick Caleb Williams.
What separates it? Because you're a Patriot hater, or
no.
Because you don't like Kadeem?
I would. The only reason why. No. The only reason why I would say Caleb Williams a little bit more than Drake May is, I think over like there's been plenty of games where like Drake May didn't have to do a lot and they scored 10 points. They were running the ball and it was working, so in crunch time for him to win games, it like he did not impress me in those moments. Is he a gamer? Absolutely. Is he
Incredible.
a good
Yeah,
quarterback? Yeah, he got second in the
facts.
MVP race this past year. So I mean, does he have all of that? Absolutely. But I think overall, like the turnaround of that team gave him a lot more hype around him than what was actually there, in my opinion. That team going from 3-14
Yeah,
to 14-3.
I I
You know what I
think
mean?
because he'll give you the ball way too much. He will fumble that mother. He'll throw like he turns the ball over quite a bit, and that's the separator. And then last name,
Caleb Williams
he
really
yeah he
does
did
it.
his first year, but he's kind of cleaned that up with Ben Johnson. And then last name up, Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels.
Mm. I'll take Caleb Williams because I feel like Jaden Daniels is frail. Like he's small. He's gonna get
Yeah,
hurt.
that elbow looked
You know.
disgusting.
So
And y'all was talking all that shit when he got drafted about how good he was gonna be. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I'm going.
I'm joking.
Go
But
ahead.
I would
Yeah,
probably
and I'm
go
gonna be the
Caleb
odd man
Williams
out, and
in
I'm
this
going
situation.
JD5. I think
I
he is
like
very fragile.
I
He's
like
very
Daniels.
fragile.
I just
Yeah.
if I'm starting an organization, I want a quarterback that if he takes off running and gets fucking steamrolled by a linebacker, he's not gonna die. You know.
I didn't even mention Jackson Dart. That's crazy, man. Give me Jackson.
I don't think I've seen enough.
Give,
I don't think
no,
I've seen enough.
give me Jackson Dart, baby. What you talking about? No, I'm playing.
I haven't seen enough.
So are we in agreement? Would you say Caleb Williams is one of the guys under 20, what I say, 28, 26, something like that you would want to start a franchise
Yeah,
with?
28. I would give me 9, baby. Give me 9 up there in Minnesota, and that's really the only answer that we.
And no disrespect, if you have,
Michael Penix was not a part of
yeah,
this
because
conversation, by
Tua
the
should
way.
have been part of the conversation. Low key, and there's a lot like if you pick Jalen, if you pick Jordan Love, if you pick any of those guys to start your career with, I ain't got no issues with you because you can make a case for anybody. Just giving you my opinion.
Wait, how old is Burrow?
Burrow
He's
got to be a
I think
year
he's
older
a
than T Law,
He about
29
20,
maybe
27?
30.
27?
Let me see.
Nah, he's not
Okay,
that
bro.
old. Yeah,
Hold
I
on,
don't think
hold
he's
on.
that old.
Let this
I mean
I think he's
his
like
rookie year was
28.
2020, no?
Yeah, it
was it
was.
or
So
was it
he's 28, 29.
19?
Yeah, yeah.
But he won the Natty in
He is
19.
It was
29 and
2020
he will
because
be 30 in December.
As I say, he's got to be 28, 29
Yeah,
years old somewhere in there.
easy.
damn,
Bro,
Yeah.
he's probably got
damn, he's getting
a
up there,
body
bro.
like mine. He's probably got like a 45, 50-year-old body. The joints are probably
Telling
fried,
you,
bro.
as long as his brain ain't Chris Benoit. But anyways, fellas,
Wow.
tell the listeners, give them a message on this great Father's Day.
Hey, real talk. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. No, we hold it down. Shit. That's all I got on. I ain't got shit else to say to nobody. Fuck
Same.
everybody.
Happy Father's Day to everybody that raises their kids. And for y'all that don't raise your kids, do better.
Do better.
Do better. And if you come in the
Golly.
comments on TikTok, bro, like, I'ma fry you. Stop this shit. Y'all be respectful in them comments. You come with negative energy, bro, I'm frying
What?
your ass.
Somebody,
Yeah, bro, they
somebody
called
say
you a
something?
jackass.
Who
They was
said
like, man,
something?
that lunchbox or Isaiah kid, he thinks he's a jackass. And I was like, bro, like, he was like, man, if we can meet up on I-35 right in front of Frontier City and run them ones. And I was like, bro, Isaiah really liked that.
I feel like you might be embellishing some
No,
of these comments.
I am very much embellishing them. But people be
Well,
jumping in like, yo, fucking stupid. I hate when people they should make podcast equipment $1 million, and people like, man, shut your lame ass up.
who the man, brother? Let me tell you something. All right, I wish they would. Try, man, you know what? We're just trying
Man,
to talk. Okay, we're just
man.
trying to talk sports. We're just trying to be good peoples. And the hate is real. But I mean, I guess if you just sit behind your computer all day with nothing else to do, I guess you got time to say negative shit about people that are
Go
friends that
get
like
some
sports.
sunlight.
So,
Leave the people with something though, Isaiah.
yeah.
A good
Happy Father's Day out there to everybody. You see my fur hat and pup in the background right there, getting crazy. Um, No, just really, really happy that we can join back up. Cameron was unable to join us last week,
That's
so
right,
we had
baby.
KG. Keep watching, keep listening, and Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. I'm with it.